The host of a Google Meet has the ability to turn the chat on or off. You can do this in a couple different places. First, if the host clicks on the blue shield in the bottom left, the host controls, they'll see the ability to turn on and off the chat messages. Under Let Everyone, you'll see Send Chat Messages, and you just click that slider to turn it off. You can also do this through the chat in Google Meet. To get to the chat, you click on the chat bubble in the upper right corner, and here you'll see that at the top you have the ability to let everyone send messages or not. Notice that while this is turned off, myself as the host can still send messages to the class, but none of my students are able to do so. If I turn that slider back on so that it's green, now everyone can send messages to each other. You can toggle this on and off throughout your lesson. You don't have to keep it on or off for your whole Google Meet. Let's see what that looks like from the student's end. If I enter the chat from both the student and the teacher, you'll see that as a student, I can send a message. Then as the teacher, if I turn that off, it says for the student the chat isn't available at this time. So as a student, there's nothing I can do, but as a teacher, I can still type to my students as much as I would like. If I toggle the chat back on, you'll see the message for the student change to send a message to everyone. That's how students know if they're able to use the chat or not. There is no way to delete a chat message that a student has written, so keep that in mind when you have the chat on or off. In addition, to know if a chat message has gone through, as a teacher, if I type a message to the class and the students don't have the chat window open, they'll see a chat message pop up in the bottom right as a notification, but then they'll also see an icon appear on the chat bubble. Let's take a look. When I send this message, it pops up for students asking them to get out their homework. They can see the message and who wrote it, but it disappears pretty quickly. But now, on the chat bubble, there's a green dot. This lets students and the teacher know when a chat message has not been read. Now if I open that up, I can see the message. And if I close the box again, that green dot is now gone because I'm all caught up and I've read all the messages that appear. Remember as a teacher that you have the ability to turn the chat on and off throughout your lesson to make it work for you and your students.